giving her account of what happened. By the next morning, she was booked into jail. Four shots, one woman dead, another injured, and the woman recording in jail. And this video will likely be part of the evidence against Akira Fletcher.
So they kind of, the one on the left is Akira Fletcher. That's Akira Fletcher. That's Nyema Norton. She's the one that got shot and killed. She was the one doing the crimes. She's the one that slashed the tires through the rock. Akira Fletcher is a student body president who is pregnant and was being bullied by Nyema Norton. She was the one who did self-defense, private police action. She was the criminal perpetrator who was bullying and messing with Akira Fletcher.
This incident marked a critical point in their troubled relationship, signaling a deeper conflict. Rumors and accounts from acquaintances suggested that the animosity of confrontations.
You're going to jail. I don't give a fuck. Like, you're going to jail. They're going to jail. She just threw another rock at me, as you can see. She's slashing my tires.
Look how patient she's got to be.
She's slashing my tires. Her and her cousin slashing my tires.
Like Jesus Christ on the cross, just turning the other cheek.
I have a gun in my purse. They try to get me out the car.
Look how patient.
They try to get me out the car. He's busting my window again. Going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. Okay. You going to jail. I just watched y'all. You going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail. Like I said, you should be happy. You should be happy you don't get clapped. 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 Come anywhere near me, I bet you gonna get clapped. 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 Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Bet you gonna get clapped. Bet you gonna get clapped. Bet you gonna get clapped. Shut up, stupid. Do something. Do something. Do something. Going to jail. Going to jail. You're 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 on jail.
Now she's driving on that slashed tire. That's why it sounds so rough. You can hear it moving.
By making an impact together, touching lives for the better.
You about to go to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Going to jail. Hit me again. Hit me again. Hit me again.
Okay, and that's when she shoots 4 shots. This just seems so clear, cut, and dry to me. It's not even funny. This just seems so clear, cut, and dry to me. It's not even funny. So I'm going to give the details. This happens in Cincinnati, Ohio. This happens in Avondale, 3500 block, Reading Road. So the shooting took place, Avondale, Cincinnati, Ohio. And it's a flyover state, right? Porkopolis. This is the same city that had race riots in 2001 over the killing of Timothy Thomas. This is going to happen on July 12th, 2024. 2 months ago. It was just 2 months ago, Akira Fletcher had to shoot Nyema Norton. Akira Fletcher had to shoot Nyema Norton. Nyema Norton just kept coming for her and her cousin. They just kept coming and kept coming. They kept coming at her on the 3500 block of Reading Road. I lived on Reading Road for a few months. The back window of my car was busted. It was busted out. My employer, Work in America, Brandon Kobe, he expected me to come to work. He didn't give a shit about the shit I was going through. So both Nyema Norton and the cousin got shot. But the Cincinnati police, they're not going to identify who the cousin is. The Cincinnati police has got this whole thing upside down. Apparently, the CPD's investigation skills suck. Nyema Norton died on August 24th, 2024, 6 weeks later. She was born December 1994. Nyema Norton was 29 years of age. Now, the law in Ohio, you can make a citizen's arrest. You can make a citizen's arrest in Ohio. Section 2935.04, when any person may arrest a person, can make a warrantless arrest if they have reasonable grounds to believe a felony has been committed. When a felony has been committed, or there is reasonable ground to believe that a felony has been committed, any person without a warrant may arrest another whom he or she has reasonable cause to believe is guilty of the offense and detain him or her until a warrant can be obtained. So people are just saying some of the dumbest, most racist shit sometimes. I see a good woman. Akira Fletcher is a good woman. She's a good black woman. She's an all-star. She's smart. She's lawful. This is a future business owner. This is a future productive member of society, a future farm owner, a future district attorney. Akira Fletcher is a future president. Akira Fletcher was defending 2 lives that day, herself and the baby inside of her womb. She was pregnant. Akira Fletcher was pregnant. Isn't that pro-life? Pro-2 lives. Now the CPD has got a pregnant woman in jail. And then on the opposite side, I see an ugly, disgusting, wannabe gangbanger. Nyema Norton, who hates her own life, and her goon friend, who is disgusted with herself and her surroundings. Nyema Norton doesn't give a flying fuck about herself or others, anybody or anything. I wonder if Nyema Norton is part of a gang. Blood, Crips, MS-13, something else. Nyema Norton, 29, is going to die on Monday at the UC Medical Center. She was found shot at the 3500 block of Reading Road on July 12th, 2024. And I don't feel sorry for her. Not one bit. Nyema Norton and an unidentified female were found by Cincinnati police at the location by officers around 2:30 a.m. Akira Fletcher, who's pregnant at the time, was forced to shoot those 4 shots. 1 woman dead, 1 woman injured, 1 woman in jail. The criminal terrorist oppressor was the one that was shot and killed. The bad person was the one shot and killed. The one that was committing the crimes was shot and killed. And her friend was shot and injured. And then our student body president, Akira Fletcher, the hero of the streets, is the one that's going to be thrown in jail because CPD is stupid as fuck. Akira Fletcher is charged with felonious assault and murder and aggravated murder. This is ridiculous. It's a grand jury indictment. Meanwhile, Alec Baldwin still walks around free as a bird after he shot and killed Helena Hutchins. In May, Nyema Norton had pointed a gun at Akira Fletcher, threatened to shoot her. So this has been going on for a while. Akira Fletcher has been getting bullied and criminalized by this Nyema Norton over and over and over again. Now they say, with the capital T, that there was an ongoing beef. This is, you're being bullied by a pile of shit. That doesn't mean you and the bully have beef. It means that the bully has got beef with you. And that Akira Fletcher, the next mayor of Cincinnati, was put into a position that Akira Fletcher didn't want to be in to begin with. So I think you all got to stop using ghetto slang if you don't know right from wrong. You don't know good from evil. You don't know lawful from criminal. 29-year-old Nyema Norton was the woman in pink. Nyema Norton is the one that was saying, "I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck." Had a knife in her hand. It was caught clear as day. That ain't a felony. Slashing somebody's tires, that isn't a felony. I think it's like a brand new car too. Busting out the windows, cutting a knife, slashing tires, throwing a damn rock, busting windows out. None of this is a felony. Akira Fletcher had all the probable cause in the world to make an arrest. Nyema Norton is going to die 6 weeks later. Nyema and her accomplice, her aider and abettor, the cousin, Nyema Norton's cousin, was trying to get Akira Fletcher out of her own car. And so Akira Fletcher, I mean, what's she doing? She's just shopping for groceries. She's washing her car at the local car wash. She's doing some normal American stuff. And then all of a sudden, Nyema Norton comes up and starts her bullshit. And you saw how patient Akira Fletcher was. There she is. She just busted my window. There they are, trying to call me out of my car. Nyema Norton was holding a knife, slashing Akira Fletcher's tire. Nyema Norton held a rock in her hands. We saw it clear as day. The video does not lie. The video is self-authenticating. Used the knife to slash the tires, used the rock to bust out a window, threw a rock at Akira Fletcher. And Akira Fletcher is just like Jesus, turning the other cheek, turning the other cheek. She's all calm. She did keep saying, you know, you're going to jail, you're going to jail. Because, I mean, of course, but you're supposed to be rattled and you're supposed to be cool as a cucumber the whole time after all this dumb shit is happening. What, expecting that the cops are going to go out and arrest Nyema Norton? Akira Fletcher is live streaming this on Facebook. And she is calm, pretty much cool as a cucumber. I think it's crystal clear to me. She's sitting there saying she just tried to throw a rock at me, as you can see. She just tried to slash my tires. We see it. She's narrating it. Nyema Norton is the criminal. And she deserved it. She got clapped at 2:30 a.m. July 12th, 2024 in a rear parking lot behind the Avondale Town Center located in the 3500 block of Reading Road. Nyema Norton was pronounced dead at the UC Medical Center on August 26th. 4 days after her death, Akira Fletcher, the young, beautiful black woman who's going places, posted the videos to Facebook. Then Akira Fletcher was booked into the Hamilton County Jail the next day. Yeah, 23-year-old Akira Fletcher got out of the car and told Nyema Norton and her little stooge goon cousin that they should be happy that they didn't get clapped, which means getting shot. You should be happy that you didn't get shot. They should be happy. They should be happy that she didn't shoot them right then and there. But they wanted some more, and they came back for some more. They effed around and they found out. Then Akira Fletcher gets back into her car to move it, to go home. She's got a flat tire now, busted out windows. Akira Fletcher gets back into the car. There is no threat. She's just saying, you know, some things back to him. You're just supposed to say, oh, okay, well, you slashed my tires, busting out my windows. Thanks a lot. What's she supposed to do? Thank them and shake their hand? That's not a threat. A threat is saying that she's going to do something to them. No, you better, you know, I'm coming to do A, B, and C. She didn't say she was going to do A, B, and C. She's just saying you should be happy. You should be happy that she's got the patience of a saint. Nyema Norton should have been happy that she's got the patience of Martin Luther King, of Jesus Christ on the cross himself. But Nyema Norman, whoever, Nyema, she's a gangster mafioso criminal. So since she's a gangster mafioso criminal, well, she don't give a fuck, like we just heard. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Nyema comes back and approaches Akira Fletcher. She's in her car. She's got the steering wheel. She's in the driver's. She hasn't got out of the car. She hasn't gone to them. They just did a whole bunch of shit. Now Akira Fletcher was sitting in the car. Nyema comes over to Akira Fletcher. Nyema approaches Akira Fletcher and the other cousin. And she's filming herself on Facebook Live. Of course she is. Because Akira Fletcher's an honest woman. Bad shit is happening to her by bad people. So clearly by filming the awful events, you know, America, to the cops, you know what's right or wrong. You'll see clearly, America, you'll see that Akira Fletcher is the good woman who was just defending herself. At the very least, self-defense, at the most, private police action. And you'll acquit her. I can't even believe she got arrested. Akira Fletcher was saying that Nyema Norton should be happy that she didn't get shot just then. Nyema apparently had punched Akira Fletcher right before then. So Nyema punches Akira in the face, slashes her tires, throws a rock, busts the window, walks around there, beckoning her to come out, busts another window. And all she is saying is, you should be happy you didn't just get clapped. She should be happy. And that you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Which in the back of Akira Fletcher's mind, maybe she wasn't going to go to jail. She already beat one rap. Nyema is the gangbanger from hell. She's filthy on the outside. She's filthy on the outside and she's filthy on the inside. She's got no soul. She's got no conscience. She's a bully. And she gets off on bullying other black women who are going places. In her Facebook post, Akira Fletcher said that she called the police on July 12th, asking them to please send somebody. She called the police. Akira Fletcher called the police. Akira Fletcher wrote that she was being punched in the face. She had rocks thrown at her. Nyema was trying to get into her car. She busted the driver's side window to attack Akira. She continued to try and get into the car to stab me. Akira Fletcher said that she let Nyema, Norton hit her while she was on the phone with 911 asking for help. Akira Fletcher did everything right. Akira Fletcher did everything right. The first video shows that she had exited her vehicle after Nyema had pulled the knife on her. Akira Fletcher got Nyema busted right there on tape. We see Nyema stabbing the tire. We see the damn knife. We see the slashing of the tires. We hear the busting of the windows. We see the cousin. It's 2-on-1. We see all of this. The asshole criminal motherfucker got busted right on videotape. And videotape is self-authenticating. It's the God's honest truth. She didn't do no deep fakes on this. This ain't doctored. Nyema Norton, while on camera, did all this stuff. Didn't give a fuck. Like she said, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Every bit of it. Threw the rock, busted the windows, slashed the tires. And what's Akira Fletcher supposed to do? What is Akira Fletcher supposed to do? She kept turning the other cheek. Like MLK, like Jesus Christ. She's got the patience of a saint until she didn't. Akira Fletcher just had all this stuff that happened to her. She tells the world that she's got a gun in her purse, but she didn't use it at that moment. She chose nonviolence. That was right after her tires were slashed, right after the rock was thrown, right after her windows were getting busted. Right after Akira Fletcher tells the world that she has a gun, the back windshield gets shattered by Nyema and her shitty cousin. The shitty cousin who is standing by her and aiding and abetting her. Akira Fletcher then exits the vehicle, says she should be glad she didn't get clapped. And then guess what Akira Fletcher does? Akira Fletcher gets back into her car with a slashed tire, with a flat tire, and starts driving it. So she's going to what? Drive back home with all these busted windows and a flat tire? Now she has to do all this extra shit. That's going to cost her money. That's attacking her property. You got a right to life, liberty, and property. Akira Fletcher attempts to leave the parking lot of that 3500 block of Reading Road at 2:30 in the morning. Now, Jamal Truelove, he was wrongly committed. Jamal Truelove got wrongly committed, and nobody seems to give a fuck about him as well. I don't know who it was. I think it might have been Patrick Henry, but somebody, one of the founders, had said they'd rather see 99 guilty folks go free just so long as we don't see one innocent person go to jail. Alexander Hamilton said that's when tyranny reigns supreme, when the person is just whisked off to jail. Nobody knows what's happening to Akira Fletcher right now. Is she going to get shanked? What's going to happen to Akira Fletcher? Is there going to be more bullying? Is her criminal gangster friends in there? What's going to happen to Akira Fletcher? Is she okay right now? Nyema Norton, one of her last words was, "I don't give a fuck." Bitch, I don't give a fuck. That's what Nyema is saying. She's showing you who she is. And Nyema died doing exactly what she loved to do. Not giving a fuck. I remember there was a shooting that had happened in Verona. And the guy shot the robber. The robber did a home invasion. It was an older man. And two younger men. And the older man shot the robber who was robbing him. And then his accomplice ran by, and he shot at him too, and he missed his accomplice. The old white man wasn't arrested by the police. The old white man said he was aiming to shoot to kill his accomplice. Yeah, I was aiming for that other guy too, and I'm sad I didn't shoot him either. That old white man wasn't even arrested. I can't even believe that Akira Fletcher was arrested. And then because everybody just trusts whatever police do, they got it all topsy-turvy. That's the alleged victim and the alleged perpetrator. But you got it all wrong. Until you get to the trial, they're presumed innocent. Until they're proven beyond a reasonable doubt that they're guilty. That takes a petite jury. A grand jury is going to indict her. Everybody saw how Sonia Massey was gunned down like a dog. The white KKK Cops, they don't give a fuck either. I wish I'd meet me a beautiful black woman like Sonya Massey. All you want to do, Sonya Massey, is just rebuke me in the name of Jesus. Honey, you rebuke away. You rebuke me in the name of Jesus over and over again. Yet Sean Grayson thought of Sonya Massey as a threat. Oh no! And he murdered her right there in cold blood. Sean Grayson shot Sonya Massey straight in the head. No warning shots, no shots to the arm or leg. No taser, no pepper spray. Didn't try to use hands. Just straight up headshot, straight up kill shot. Bang, bang, bang. 2 shots in the dark and now Huey's dead. There's still people that look at that Sonya Massey shooting and they'll fucking justify anything. They'll excuse it, rationalize it, minimize it. What they won't do is say precisely what it was. So we're going to give Sean Grayson all the room in the world. If Sean Grayson was there at the scene and somebody just busted out his window with a rock, she had a boiling pot of water from 30 feet away. She wasn't slinging at it, didn't throw it, didn't seem like she was going to throw it. All she did was, I rebuke you, and she made a joke. But you're telling me Sean Grayson would be sitting in his cop car and just have a damn rock hit him and then the tire's going to get slashed? He doesn't make an arrest. He doesn't ask any questions, and he definitely doesn't pull his gun out. Is that what you're telling me? Akira Fletcher was clearly defending herself. It's clearly self-defense. It's clearly a private police action. She could have gone over there and arrested the 2 of them? Well, that's not an option. She's not going to arrest both of those 2. So what was Akira Fletcher supposed to do? Pull out her taser? Just let another person rape and torture her? Just let another person rob and steal and insult her, attack her, torture her, maim her, her property? And then she's just supposed to tell Nyema, thank you, have a nice day? What the fuck? Bafangu. Get the fuck out of here. Nyema Norton didn't just assault Akira Fletcher's character. Nyema Norton was the terrorist, an oppressor, a criminal who just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Did property damage, walking around. This is wanton endangerment. This is felony menacing. Nyema Norton punched Akira Fletcher in her face, slashed her tires while she was sitting in her own car, minding her own business, busted out her windows while she was in her car. It's super smart that Akira Fletcher videotaped all of this. If it's not on videotape, well shit, just look at Palestine. Nobody gives a fuck about Hind Rajab either. Hind Rajab was a 6-year-old girl trapped inside a car for 3 hours before those bastards took her life. So if we're to presume that Sean Grayson was there, you're telling me Sean Grayson doesn't order Nyema Norton to get back there? Sean Grayson doesn't make an arrest? He doesn't try to put hands on her? He doesn't do anything, right? Sean Grayson would have just been patient, just sitting in the driver's seat, while Nyema did all that felony menacing, wanton endangerment, all kinds of crazy shit, a whole bunch of felonies. Nyema committed felony after felony after felony. And Sean Grayson isn't going to say or do a damn thing about that? They busted out the window. They slashed the woman's tires. I don't know what else Akira Fletcher could have done. It almost seems like she did everything perfect. If she would have called the police, she did call the police. And you wait 30 minutes for them to get there, and only they'll harass her and then arrest her for some minor expired tags or back-talking or rebuking him in the name of Jesus. Hell, she might have got shot and killed. The cops wouldn't have chased Nyema down, wouldn't have got the arrest, and then nothing happens. Nyema gets away with her criminal ways. I don't know what else Akira Fletcher could have done. Just say, sir, Mr. Officer, man, I went through this horrible traumatic experience. Go question her. And then when you question Nyema, you'll see exactly who she is, what she's about, if you can even find her to question her. Cops too many times arrest the peaceful person over the violent ones. It's ridiculous. Cops can be cowards, arresting the peaceful and not the dangerous, arresting the victim and not the perpetrator. On May 20th, 2024, there was another incident. Nyema Norton, the asshole bully, the pile of shit, pulled out a handgun, threatened to kill Akira Fletcher. So this bully, criminal, terrorist, oppressor just keeps on pulling her shit, keeps on committing crimes. Akira Fletcher just supposed to... She went to the police. She begged for them to help. The lazy do-nothing cops didn't do jack shit. One of my favorite movies of all time, The Drop. The bully just kept coming after Tom Hardy's character. The bully beat up his woman. He put the puppy in the trash can. Tom Hardy's character, Bob, was just standing up for what was right. He stood up for the woman. He stood up for the puppy. He stood up for womankind and puppykind. But Eric Deeds, he didn't like that Bob was standing up for himself. Eric Deeds owned that woman. He owned that puppy. And he wanted to keep on abusing that woman. And he wanted to keep on abusing that puppy. That's what Eric Deeds was going to keep on doing. So Eric Deeds just kept on fucking with our hero. Just kept fucking with the protagonist. Tom Hardy's character, Bob. And then eventually Tom Hardy is the actor who played the bad guy in a Batman movie. Tom Hardy, he also said he wasn't gay. Somebody asked him if he was gay. He was like real pissed off that the question was even asked of him. Tom Hardy used to walk around naked for folks to admire his beautiful body. Before he became a superstar actor, Tom Hardy used to steal cars. Now, Tom Hardy's character, Bob Saganowski, said to Eric Deeds after he shot and killed Eric Deeds, "I'm tired of you, man. I'm tired of you. You treat women despicably. I'm tired of you, man. I'm tired of you. You embarrass me." So Akira Fletcher is a 2019 graduate of Gamble Montessori High School. She's a graduate of Gamble Montessori High School in Westwood. According to a 2019 Facebook post by a Cincinnati youth collaborator, Akira Fletcher was an active student athlete in high school. She joined the student council and she was elected president. We're talking about the president of student council versus some nobody. And nobody was jealous that she's a somebody going to be even more of a somebody. She was elected president during her senior year. Akira Fletcher was also active in the community. She volunteered countless hours with homeless shelters. She cares about people. She's caring about the homeless, the Boys and Girls Club, and the food bank. This is just like Elijah McClain. And yet the Cincinnati police and the DA and the clerks are going to sit there and say Akira Fletcher is the bad guy. And they're going to say that Nyema, they're going to say she's the victim, she's the good person. There is a dead body, so I can understand a probable cause, but you have to wait for the trial before you start saying victim or not victim. You can't even say alleged victim. She's presumed innocent. She's got the presumption of innocence, which means you can't say that she's guilty of anything until she's convicted of a jury of her peers. The grand jury indictment came down, but that doesn't mean a guilty verdict from the petite jury, from the jury that's going to convict her to throw her in jail. Akira Fletcher wasn't just an all-star, a smart academic, student council president, a person that volunteered at the homeless shelter, but she was also part of the Gators girls basketball team. During the 2018-19 season, Akira Fletcher was an honorable mention for the All-Southwest District girls high school basketball team and the Enquirer's Winter All-Stars for Ohio and Northern Kentucky. So Akira Fletcher got those tickets sold. She helped her school make that money. She made her school and her teachers and the district and the people and the principal and the superintendent and the school board look outstanding. Cincinnati youth collaborator named Akira Fletcher the winner of the Outstanding Student Award in July 2019. Akira Fletcher had tagged Local 12 in a post and wrote the caption sharing her account of what had happened on July 12th in the parking lot on Reading Road. Because, of course, Akira Fletcher did. She's an honest person. And so, ultimately, a jury of her peers are going to look at what's happening and acquit her. And she absolutely should be acquitted. Hurry up and get this trial on the road. Hurry up. Get the trial on the road. Because you have 12 of her peers looking at this situation. You're not going to tell me that they're going to say that Akira Fletcher is the bad person. There's no way in hell that Akira Fletcher is the bad person. She's supposed to get out and just fight two of them on her own. She's an honest woman. So, of course, Akira Fletcher recorded the entire incident. Of course, Akira Fletcher told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The camera does not lie. We don't know what happened prior, And then it's just her word versus the other one with the May thing. But we see what this Nyema, we see what this Nyema is doing. We see what the Nyema is up to. The Nyema is the enemy. So Akira Fletcher was trusting that the system is fair. She's trusting that the system is going to give her a fair trial because clearly the American justice system is fair and balanced, square and even-handed, right? They arrested the wrong person, but that's fine. Eventually she's going to get acquitted and they're going to arrest the cousin. And the cousin is going to serve time in jail. A whole bunch of years, hopefully 5 to 10 years in jail. Why didn't the cousin stop her? The cousin could have stopped her. No, let's not mess with Akira anymore. Nah, I don't like going around bullying anybody. Nah, that's what they do. Nyema and the cousin, how many people have they done this shit to? How many bullies? How many criminals? How many people have they terrorized? I guarantee you they've been doing this shit to people all the time, all over the place. So when a good person is put into a position where they got to defend themselves, where they had to shoot the bad person, you want to say she got out the car and said you're going to jail, and that they should be thankful that they're not clapped somehow? That's the wrong thing. That she showed the tiniest bit of, a little bit of aggression. Nyema came back for more. Why didn't Nyema have the patience? Akira had the patience to sit there and turn the other cheek, but Nyema can't hear that, you're going to jail, or, hey, you're lucky that you didn't get clapped, and she told her what she was going to do. You just did this shit. I'm mad as hell right now, and if you come back and do this shit to me again, you expect Akira Fletcher to go through all that shit and then just peacefully go home, call the cops so they shove a thumb up their butts, shove a thumb up their asses and don't do shit? How much other shit did Nyema and her cousin put others through? How many others did they torture and terrorize and victimize? They did this shit on camera. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Akira Fletcher was going places and Nyema Norton wasn't. I don't know if everybody could see this as crystal clear as I could see. And it does seem like we live in a white supremacist culture. So if the system can't see the difference between a good black woman defending herself using a private police action versus a disgusting, vile, wicked viper, a hoodlum, a criminal, a terrorist, bully, oppressor, then I fear for Akira Fletcher. The system just nabbed Akira Fletcher, and sometimes that's all it takes. An accusation and an arrest. The cops are the judge, jury, and the executioners. They arrested the wrong person, and they let the perpetrator go free. Now they're going to keep on talking to the perpetrator, getting her side of things, getting her story, and they're going to try to convince the jury that they picked the good side, and they didn't just arrest the good person. No, they're defending the bad side, and they arrested the good person. They got this whole thing backwards, which doesn't surprise me in the least. So hopefully Akira Fletcher gets acquitted and gets her freedom and becomes mayor of Cincinnati one day and then becomes president. Because she's one of the good ones.